Happy day, guys. Today we move on to the chapter 6, where we have the content of leadership and team communication. So far, we have learned about the aspects of communication, where we have learned in detail about verbal, non-verbal communication, behavioral communication, situational communication, and everything in detail. And we have got so many clues on the topic about communication. Now we move on to the effective communication, where we can the communication to the next level, where the communication can lead the person to a leadership quality. So effective leadership is a key. So imagine a sports team without a coach. Wouldn't be chaotic. Like, coach guides the player, a good leader guides a team. So effective leadership is like the engine of a car, driving the team towards success by setting the tone for direction, motivation, and productivity. A strong leader inspires and empowers team members, leading to higher moral and better teamwork. Additionally, good leadership creates a positive work culture, sparking innovation and helping achieve organizational goals. So, leadership is a key. What do you think are the key qualities of a successful leader? Just give a thought. Just think on. The foremost thing, the first and foremost thing that would hit the person's mind, any person's thought, would be the communication. A successful leader's, the first and foremost quality has to be clear communication. A successful leader should be like a good teacher who can clearly communicate goals, and he can groom the team to the expected level. And even there has to be adaptability, and there has to be emotional intelligence, and there has to be empowerment for the successful leader. Sorry. What could be the strategies for improving team communication? And as we have learned so many times, the first thing that has to be there for communication is active listening. So there has to be active listening for a person to communicate properly. And that too, when it comes to a team communication, and to improve team communication, active listening plays a very meaningful role. So the team members do take up the feedback and listen very attentively, so that the meaningful conversation can be taken to the other level. So there has to be active listening from both the ends. And there has to be clear communication channels. So you have to be available in person, or there has to be some means so that the entire team can be able to communicate to you. So imagine a direct phone line for you, or any transparent line of communication, easy access for information and getting feedback. There has to be clear communication channels, and there has to be effective feedback system. Just like getting constructive feedback in an essay, create systems for providing feedback to foster continuous improvement within the team, so that the team communication can be improving every day and in all means. So active listening is like really paying attention when someone is talking to you. As we have already talked about this active listening so many times, it involves concentrating, understanding, responding, and remembering what is being said. By practicing active listening, the team members can create really a very supportive and trustworthy environment. While we move on, we are going to learn about building trust and fostering open communication within a team. So when we talk about team and leadership, there has to be level of that level of transparency and honesty has to be in greater line. So imagine a group project where everyone shares their ideas openly. Creating an environment where team members feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and ideas really builds trust and promotes transparency. So there has to be good transparency and there has to be honesty within each and every member of the team. And there has to be active engagement. So here, what could be, how could we overcome the barriers? How could we overcome the communication barriers and challenges in the team communication? So again, there it could be anything, any part of communication. Active listening comes to the breaking point where it breaks all the barriers. So you have to encourage the team members to truly listen, and you should also be able to listen and understand each other's perspectives. And there has to be clear expectation, that the expectation has to be precise and clear so that we can avoid any sort of misunderstandings. And there has to be some sort of effective feedback channels so that anything has to be addressed at any point of time can be done, and there can be that could be resolved through the feedback channels. So feedback mechanisms really work a good thing when it comes to breaking all the barriers. While we move on to the impact of effective leadership and communication on team performance. Like a successful group project, collaborative efforts lead to successful outcomes and high morale within the team. This shows the productive teamwork. So the goal has to be achieved. The goal can be achieved when there is effective leadership and there is better communication on team. And there is good amount of team synergy. The combined strength of team members working towards a common goal creates the synergy. So successful examples are listed out here, like an exemplary leader, like a seasoned tour guide. There could be some confidently guiding team leader who guides the team through complex projects, offering support and assurance. This guidance through complexity is an example of leadership and team communication. And there can be open and collaborative discussions. Think of a lively classroom discussion where everyone participates. That too comes under the leadership and team communication. Celebrating achievements together. Like we have seen nowadays, team outing, office outing. So they do. There are so many other ways where, like they are celebrating the victory, like the achievements. So those celebrating achievements together can also improve the leadership, and there could be better team communication. So when it comes to effective leadership and team communication, always think of clear communication, which can lead to effective leaders like good teachers. Prioritize clear and concise communication so that there is no misunderstandings and you can achieve common goals. And as well, there has to be trust building. Build trust, which is very much essential, and honest communication within a team can lead to a better collaboration. And as always has been there has to be empathy and understanding. The successful leader has to cultivate empathy and understand the needs and perspectives of each and every team member. And adaptability and flexibility also plays a major role, because the adaptability of the effective leaders and their communication style and strategies to meet the diverse needs of their team member plays a key role in the leadership quality of any team member. So this finishes the topic of effective leadership and team communication. Do a happy learning and enjoy learning. Thank you so much.